Welcome back to the Tidy Americans. Mike coming at you with the FansToys Calatrava, the FT-32D, and this is their take on a long haul. Very nice, but I think it's a Chosi store. I'm gonna have a link down below where you can get yours to TH Sports the Reviewer. But this is FansToys return to form, reminding you that Masterpiece Transformers are not supposed to be fun to transform. We'll take a look at this guy and get one step closer. This is the fourth Constructicon in the FansToys set, and we'll do a little bit of comparison to X-Transbots along the way, and maybe a couple other things. But let's take a look at Calatrava coming up. Here's the box. Typical kind of artwork. Remember, cartoony look means, well, the drawing means it's cartoon, and if it showed the actual product on the front, then they would say that it's more of a toy, and that's how it goes. There's the team so far. All right, there we go. That's the team so far, and because of the fact I don't have any of them in bot mode, they're all ready to get combined. That's where I'm at with this. Alright, so here he is in his bot mode. Right out the box is how he looks. Well, actually, he's not right out the box. I pulled this off of his rear. Don't think we really need it. It just slides off real easy. And, yeah. Interesting. They're giving you the option to leave it on if you want. Pretty clean from the back. I mean, all the screws are in the back, which is kind of where it should be so that the front is as clean as possible. Of course, it's not ever going to be perfect. You're going to have a couple screws here and there in the front. What do I have on here? Plastic wrap. Now, looking at him, he's a good-looking figure. Paint looks good. I mean, just looks nice. But the elbows are weird. Just really weird. And it's kind of a... In my opinion, it's... Yeah, we want to make the transformation easier and less parts and stuff. To a point, I get it and understand it, okay. But, man, that is kind of crazy looking. Just right out the box. That's what I first noticed. Some interesting, cool stuff, though, that they've done with them. Just like the head can kind of go all the way back. And then, I guess, way up. But it sounds bad. Pop it. You can pop it past that, and it can look way down. That's an interesting thing, too. We do have the translucent stuff here. And some of this stuff opens up, I'm pretty sure. And we got some good detail work in there, looking nice. I mean, again, the paint is just superior, like always. Always amazing paint. I like the red and purple there. Feet are like they're supposed to be, I guess. That's how they're supposed to be. Never was a fan of how this character's feet looked. But we got chrome on the rims. I mean, so there's a lot of good, nice touches to it. A heavy weight to it. Kind of a thick torso here. I really don't think people are getting the FansToys for the bot modes. Although some people probably will have both, you know, or triple. They'll have them in an alt mode too, which triple overkill in my opinion. But yeah, there he is. Let's just jump right into articulation real quick. Head's going to be side to side. It does go up on its own and the extra when you push it back. But that's how it's supposed to work. Shoulder goes out to here, which makes them for... I would say it's a thin arm, but it counts the tire as part of the arm too. But and then this whole apparatus here is kind of fiddly, to say the least, with that. Which may get you some range, but it's a little surprising. This bicep swivel is really tight, so you hold both as you're rotating that around. And then we got the hands side to side, and then is it all individual fingers with 2 points of articulation on each finger? Yep. You can do all of that. And the pose I was originally having him in, had him in fists, so that we could match the picture on the box. No, it's ratcheted side to side. The ab crunch, you do have to put an amount of force on it to disengage that to get an ab crunch, which makes no sense to me. So I'm leaving it disengaged because it has to be disengaged with transformation. and so it is what it is. There's no need popping it in and out and back and forth. So I mean, stuff like that is kind of strange. Is it a hiding hip flap? Yes, it goes all the way like Showgirls. He can do the Showgirls thing. And I'm sure we can mess around with this a little bit more in the back, but not much to the back. In his friction to the side, all the way. Can he support his own weight on one foot? Yes, yes he can. If I swivel right here, kind of gets in the way of itself on the back, but you know, get what you need. And this is not the knee. And I don't know, I've heard people say this is hard to get out. On mine, it's hard to stay in. So that's strange. But there's his knee. Goes all the way to there, which part of that is the transformation, I guess, in a way, but that's not exactly. But yeah, I guess part of it's the transformation. And then foot, I don't know what counts as foot. Just a little bit of, I don't know, I'm a little bit of something, not a whole lot. I might be having something wrong there, but that's all I can get out of. That's all I can get out of the foot. Just probably looking at the knee as I'm messing with the foot, which is bad on me. It's not your fault. Oh, yeah, not much for the foot. Next up, we have accessories, and he comes with a gun. Okay, laser pistol. Everyone's afraid to say gun on YouTube, but it's a laser pistol, and that's that. We have this piece that went in his rear, and he was not enjoying that. He's got his classic trumpet. I have 12 of these before it's over. 12? No, I'm gonna have 36 of them. Wait, no, 18. I'm gonna have 18 of them. Then you got this for combined mode, and this for combined mode. We're in for some fun. So let's compare to X-Transbots, and he's a bigger, beefier dude than the X-Transbots. A lot of people complain about X-Transbots being too big. There's pluses and minuses to each one of these figures. One thing you're going to get at this channel is the toy version comparison. Everyone else that I kind of looked around at had the standard version. So I like the toy versions better in the bot mode. It's more fun. It's got the vacuum metal on it. But it is a lighter green. I do prefer the color FansToys went with. But I do prefer the elbows. The whole arm looks more believable on the X-Transbots, in my opinion. But again, it's only my opinion. I do like how the FansToys lower leg looks better than this, but from my display, I won't see that. So, I'm still confirming my own bias here about displaying, because I try to say I haven't made my mind up yet. I'm pretty sure at this point, this is going to be my combined mode. This one's going to be my bot mode. But anyway you slice it, these are going to be my bot mode, even if I choose to do the other X-Transbots in combined mode. Anyway, that's how that looks. Height-wise, he's still smaller, shorter than MP36. I'm okay with that. A lot of people felt like this was too big. I was okay with that. I'm still okay with size. I don't think he's too big. So I'm thinking if you did FansToys bots, as much crud as I've heard people giving them, I want to say that they would look good in bot mode also. So I am going to throw that out there. They do look good in bot mode. And again, real quick, looks like the chest cleans up a little bit better than X-Transbots in this area here. The waist, it's a whole different aesthetic they're going for. I'm sticking with my happiness on the vac metal area. And yeah, just give and take here and there. I do like what look like real feet though. For me, it's probably wrong. It's wrong. I still like it though. All right, now for transformation. I kind of already got one arm started, but we're going to bring this down, put the hand in, and then we're going to fold this whole elbow up and that up, and then we are going to disengage. Right here there's like a little sliding pin, so disengage that sliding pin, Which, did it disengage? Yeah, that's a interesting little sliding pin tab. So some new technology introduced into this, and we're going to bring that down and then sort of get the arm up and out of the way in a way, sort of like this, but it's not. Yeah, okay, now it's starting to stay. Then we're going to flip the, it's probably going to flop around. We're going to get this flipped around to the back side, and then we're going to turn him around and have a lot of glare. It's a lot of glare. So we need to open these up and then bring this up and then fold this piece here, and I guess we can just wait on that. And then we got that out of the way, sort of. We need to disengage this part right here. So we're going to bring this down and do a few things with it. But as I'm looking at it, we need to fold this piece down on both sides. I feel like I can get it down more. There we go. On both sides here. It's like a tab. And this can come down also. Bring it down also. And then down here, we're going to open this up. We're going to flip this up here and then flip this down and then close it back up and tab it in. Now this is on a bit of a, it's a bit of a slider there, so that makes it a little easier. What you're doing is folding this back out and folding this down and pushing that into there. There we go. Now we're going to want to make them as flat as we can, so kind of lift up on this bumper and then lift up on this, and we bring them up, and we're going to try to make them flat as we possibly can. Folding these arms up here out of the way, and we're going to do some bits of rotation. So that's up out of the way, that's up out of the way, this is here. And is everything cleared enough to rotate? The special rotation, because this piece here needs to rotate and it needs to clear everything. I'm not seeing that it's clearing everything. Oh, there it goes. There's the clearing house. And we made it all the way around the world. I'm going to kind of come over here and do some stuff with, so now we're covering up the faux chest with, so it's the faux chest that used to look like it was the front. This is the back, so that's interesting that now we have the beefiness of the front grille going on. We can flip the head around and we're just working on the torso. Fold it down and this little piece will come up. Then we have this whole segmentation here that we need to try to wiggle it around till you can start rotating one or the other. And then these will tab in and come over. And then it's going to come down and it's sort of a, I don't know, is that a mushroom kind of peg going on over there? And then over here we're going to do the same thing. And it should work itself out in that manner. So as you can see, we're getting somewhere with the front of this thing in a way. All right, next thing we're going to do is we're going to slide this down, and then this is going to come down. There's a tab that goes into there. And then this is going to go on the rotation of up. So it can rotate around and go up here. And then plug in. Plug it in, and make sure that tab still stays in effect as all that tabs in, and we'll magically do the same thing over here, just like that. I'm going to turn them around, and you're going to notice that these two tabs need to plug back in to give it some strength and stability and all of that. Kind of crunch it. Then we're going to come down to the legs, and to my surprise, we're going to have to slide the legs out. It's probably not the easiest thing in the world. All right. Here we go. And there. That looks much smoother. Oh man, it's crazy. We are going to get into some stuff with all of this. Let's disconnect this lower piece, bring this down, bring this down, bring this over. I kind of want to, there we go. Then we're going to lift this, pull this out, lift that up. It's going to go around. Sort of like that, yeah. Then we're going to do here, we're going to push this back, open this up. We've got filler pieces here. Good filler pieces. And this one's getting stuck. Why is that one getting stuck? There we go. That's a little bit better on that filler piece. And then we're going to bring this back up, which is... Nope, got to fold this out first. Then we'll bring it back up. And it's going to look like sort of the bottom of the... I don't know, the bed. The truck bed, in a way. And then this needs to come down and fold around. This is another, I guess you could say, filler. Wow, that's tighter than I thought it would be at this point. And then, look at all this purple we're going to see later. I'm going to get some purple for later. And then we got to start working on rotating this whole contraption around and around. All right, we are going to open this up, disconnect this, which is not really that hard, kind of bring it down a little bit, and then we're going to rotate all this mess around on the knee. Keep that in place. And here we go, coming from a different angle here. See, this piece, that's what got me. There's a little nub there. And then we get this rotated around. And then we're going to come back around here so that we can tab some stuff in. And this needs to go into, so I didn't rotate it quite enough, into here. Is that tabbed in the right spot? No. Yeah. It's tabbed into there. Okay, so some key points that, like, this is taking more force than it probably should to tab into that. And then over here, you know you got it all lined up when, and give it another little push on the black part, pull all this down, and then all of this will tab together right here. Let's make that work. Maybe I'll stick my finger underneath it to get the tab to tab in. Here's FansToys in Tonka truck mode, and there we go. Yeah, it's He's going to be hauling it for a long time. It does look pretty good. It looks pretty clean. I'm okay with it. I don't have a problem with it. I don't think it was really a fun transformation, though. Not at all. But get that tabbed in a little tighter. Yeah, there it is. And it rolls really nicely. You can see all the rims glimmer in the light. And, I mean, what more can you do with the truck? There's the bottom of it. Hopefully all connected properly. Proper-like. But, yeah, it looks good. I thought these doors would open, but I'm not even going to mess with it. But just the way it looks, it looks like something opens up in there for this, but it's probably a combined mode thing we're going to get into. So, yeah, there it is. I believe... Do I have beliefs? Where would this be if you left it engaged? Oh, it would be like right here. In the rear. Somewhere in the rear. Yeah. That would suck. Yeah. I'm glad I took that thing off. I guess probably have to put it back on for combined mode. Let's compare it to X-Transbots. Yeah. So here is the X-Transbots version side by side and how they look. And I will say this. Well, let's get around here to this part here. I feel like once you're done, not while you're doing it, but once you're done, everything in FansToys is clipped together tighter. There's still a little like looseness in mine, and I probably have to mess with my transformation. It's been a while since I transformed it, but a little bit of just feels a little loose. But this feels more like a dump truck that's going to have something in it, and this feels more like a cartoon kind of that's not really there for any work. See what I'm saying? Because there's not much dump truck to it, and I'm okay with that because these can be combined mode. But it's just all for looks. I mean, these are all for looks anyway. But like, I mean, he's hauling that piece, or he's hauling like everything. You know, we're not done yet. Let's keep looking at the comparison with the X-Transbots. So, we're not going to be in this alt mode very long because there's more work to be done here today. I do want to say that the front, it just looks different. They go about the same thing in different ways. And from the front, which one do I like more? I do kind of like the FansToys more, even though X-Transbots is more real world. I'm more closer to Toon. If I feel like it looks like cartoon, I like it better. The color is in the X-Transbots colors. I like the purple better than the red, but the red might be more accurate. I'm not sure. Anyway, yeah, I guess we're done. We're done with this mode. Here goes next to MP10. Much, 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 much bigger than MP10. Like, if just the cab, you know. There's a lot more girth to them going on right there. And now for the long part of the video. The transformation to combined mode is long, it is strong, and it will definitely get the friction on. Disconnect these. Let's disconnect, well, all this. Man, it comes together really, really nice once you get it all connected and stuff. It does come together really well. Now, I do have to disconnect the wheels. And there is that right there. There we go. And that right there. There we go. And then we will bring down some legs. Get some leg down there. And then we'll go ahead and do one of these. Let's turn this little piece like so. Bring this one down. We're going to bring this up. Come on. Like I'm not exactly sure. You have to move this. It does kind of give, but you have to move it, and it gets stuck on a lot of stuff. Then we have this piece here that's going to come out, and then this is going to come around. and lay in there for support. Now, at this point, you can pull these out, I believe. They engineered a little slot, and you can pull those out if you like these more. And so at this point, I wonder if it's like, which one do you like the most? These are actually opposites. I will probably just stick with the big ones and leave the small ones in here. Leave that alone. Now we're going to need to kind of like readjust this. And this area here, this thing pops out nice and easy, and then pops in little not as easy into here, but we gotta get that. Yeah, it's tabs into there, and like all this is coming around anyway, but we're just gonna keep it out of the way. We have to do that on both sides, and it's like, it's not really that big of a deal. But I'm gonna get the other leg kind of positioned like this, and be right back. All right, next we're gonna kind of pull it up, get this down, turn it around. Remember, you can always have this attached. I suggest not having it attached. I suggest making your life easy as possible. But the next thing, speaking of not easy as possible, we're going to pop this, separate this, and then we're going to disconnect it right here on the tab. And it's a strong tab, which I don't think it needs to be that strong, but considering what it does or doesn't do, and this one here, it's right here. All right, I just popped that one off camera. It was just a little bit easier. We'll get with those. These are the hip flaps. These are just simply going to be the hip flaps, and just do the same thing to set both of them up. Really, really simple on the hip flap situation. But then we got to get into a bunch of other fun stuff, like flipping this up and around, which, I mean, that's easy stuff. Open this. I believe we got to get this out of here. There, yeah, there we go. And then so we're going to fold this down here, and then this is going to disconnect right here. All right. And with that, we're also going to need to push this down. And I'm afraid, I don't want to use the bar. I want to actually push the piece down. There it goes. Ooh, this is going to come around, and yeah. And it's all going to intertwine here in a bit. Oh, it's going to be kind of crazy. Anyway, let's get into some other fun stuff. The fun doesn't stop yet. No, it doesn't. And if you didn't notice, that folded down on its own. It was already there. You have to pull this forward. Now, this is sort of on a multi-slider. Or so, I guess leave that out. We got to slide this forward. And it's tight. And I don't have a good way to do it. And I truly don't have spudgers. I have whatever this fingernail thing is that I always tout as if it's a spudger. It is not made of the same material as spudgers. It's kind of weak. It's weak. I broke it. It's been broken. Not the toy. The fake spudger that I'm using. I don't want to scratch the paint though, because that's like one of the best things about FansToys. Die-cast paint and aesthetic. You don't want to mess all that up. But man, this is... So I'm just going to sit here working on this as you see, this is what I'm doing until I get it ready. That piece is going to come out. I would say this is borderline too tight. You have to get this piece out, and it's still too tight. I forced it past it, probably messed up a tab or something, but there's no borderline. It is way, way too tight. Next, we lift this up. As you can see, it exposes like a hole or something in the front, and then you just twist it. I don't know if there's any paint on here or anything, if it's gonna have any problems, but as long as it's holding tight. I got mine twisted. As you can see, the hole was facing to the front, now the hole is facing to the side, and you got me twisted over you. Wow. Now for the arms, we're gonna fold them out and kind of make an arm again, and then we're gonna fold this and then fold this at the hinge here, which this is kind of crazy. So I lost a little bit of footage, like, I don't know, really only like 10 seconds. I just kind of folded this down and closed the ab crunch. And I'm not undoing the ab crunch again because it is a pain. You want to adjust these arms. But in the process, I figured out something. Because a lot of people are really complaining about this part, right? They're really complaining about this. It's not hard at all. You just literally push it down a little bit as you're going, and it pops into place. That is not hard at all. Literally, you just push down on it just a little bit, and you pop it into place. Either I'm doing it wrong, or it's way too easy. Way easier than what people are making it out to be. Well, basically, I did it the way I showed, and then some stuff's coming done down here now. I just gave it some brute force right here. I had it in the way I had it shown. As you can see, it was that tab wasn't in. The tab right here, and I just gave it serious brute force until it just popped in. And how you know you got it right is when this should pop into place on both sides here. That's how you know you got it right. Wow. Next, we reconnect all these tabs, and I've already just done that. It's really simple stuff. Well, we're going to do a couple things. We want to rotate this torso here. What's in the way? Oh. This tab. Then you can flip this tab up right here, which is gonna tab into. We're gonna do a little more stuff with this, but come around here to the back. We gotta get a few things prepared before we can fold the legs up. So we want to fold this piece up, and then it has another piece, and they actually gave you a little something that you can grab onto with your fingers to fold that piece out so that you have a tab. And then now that that's out, we got that ready, we can fold these pieces, these hip flaps, up to get the legs ready to come around. And then we get the legs ready. And we fold the legs. We're going to use the hips. These hips do not lie, but they are pretty tight because it is FansToys after all. So rotating on the hips joints. And if you want to rotate just on the hip joints, you don't want that to come undone right there. So anyway, we're going to take a little cleaning up here. Anyway, rotate on the hips, and it should look a little something like this. I just kind of fiddled with it, like this all fell apart as I was doing it. Yes, and we're not done yet. We still have more fun work to do here with this. We need to connect this piece Let me make sure I'm connecting it the right way. Feels like it's been forever since I've slid this off of here. And that's not the right way. This is the right way. I mean, it has been forever. It's been a long day. Long day! What we're going to need to do is we're going to push this up to here and tab that in. But we got to connect the hip flaps first. So we put the hip flaps together and slide them on. So the arched part is on the top. And then get this one in place. There it goes. Now with the hip flap in place, we can connect this to this tab up top here. I know this is a lot of fun, right? Fun, fun, fun. And then we are going to need to secure this to this like this. And we're just going to pull the pins out. And then secure it with the pins like that. That doesn't look right. There we go. That's a little better. Now we are going to tab this in. So that has to tab into this. And I actually don't think I got it seated back enough. There it is. That's right. And it's hard to put pressure on it because there's no space to get your finger in there. Now, I was running into problems because these tabs fold down, and I didn't have those tabs. The ones that originally tab it into the back, I didn't have that folded down. So many little things. Everything's got to be perfect. Perfect. It's got to be perfect, or it's not going to work. All right, all right. Now, what we got left here? Just a little bit. Now we need this. Gonna bring this in here. Maybe I think I had that one on backwards. Anyway, we folded this purple piece around. Oh, that's crazy. And we're gonna reattach this. I don't even think, are we on a different day now? I don't think we're in this. I'm on a different day now. It's gonna be a 3-day. No, I'm just kidding. Still the same day. I just like to joke. Laughing's better than crying. No, it's not that big of a deal. It's just, come on. If you do something slightly wrong, it's pain. The editing's going to be a fun one to make it look a little bit better. All right, now we can lift this here up. And then fold down some pointy tips for some reason or another. That is a thing that's getting done here. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know. Alright, we've got these things to fold up. And so I got hardware here to connect those. It's kind of fun. We can connect this to here, and you can see it's got like a little plus thing that could kind of connect into that too. But oh, wrong way. Wrong way. Wrong way. This one goes over here. That tabs into this. This tabs into that. And I think, for some reason, it just feels like that should tab into this over here. So, I wonder if I did something wrong with those. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Let's get this done. Let's get this done. We got to make some movement here on this. And let me give it a look and see if there's anything else we need to do to it. think we're there. We're close. Alright, so what I think about the guy, I think it's pretty good in all the modes. Pain in the butt to get to combined mode. This was my original plan. Too much weight if you put the arm on it, and so just to get the idea of the look there. But that's how it looks. I think it looks pretty good. It's coming along really well. I went it for my combined, waiting for the hardware and the last leg and the last arm and all that kind of stuff. And, well, you know, one of the things that was pointed out is that there's gappiness in here, and there's 3D printed parts to fill the gappiness. Overall, once it's done, I'll be fine. We're in that process right now. We're on this Devastator war journey. I did get this to Shows Store. I have a link down below where you can get yours too, and you can have as much fun as I did. Like and subscribe. Tattoo Hero.